my first impression was there's a lot of people around.
Right.
Might be outside.
Uh-huh. If you look down where your feet should be, do you see feet?
Yeah, I do.
Are they the feet of a man or a woman?
Think it's a woman.
Yeah. Do the feet have shoes?
Yeah,
Hmm.
they look like they look like almost like ballet slippers, but they're
Uh-huh.
not. But that's what they resemble.
Uh-huh.
Very light,
Uh-huh.
form-fitting, soft.
Just scroll up your body. What are you wearing?
Uh, gown, like a long dress that would
Uh-huh.
be a gown.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Just
Sorry, go ahead.
pardon me.
I'm just gonna ask if you have any jewelry on.
Yes, gold bands, gold
Right. Good.
on both arms. Uh,
Uh-huh. And,
small ones, but
uh,
nice ones.
great. Good. Do you know what your name is?
I would guess it's Ruth. I'm kind of
Uh-huh.
caught in that, but it could be another one. But I think it's me, Ruth, but a little older.
Uh-huh. Good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go where Ruth and Spirit decide we ought to go. You mentioned there was a large group of people. Are they still there?
Yes, yes. We can do anything. I
Where are you with the people?
think I'm trying to think. I'm trying to control this myself, but it's just relax.
Yeah, that's just
Uh,
right.
so I first it was like a people around, sort of milling around, but then it seemed like we're traveling in some direction.
Mm,
And kind of happily, playfully, traveling in a group. But you stop and talk with one, and you pet or hold an animal for another one for a little while, that kind of thing.
yeah.
We may just be, we may, we don't live in one place all the time. I don't know why. It might have to do with being a little bit secretive,
Yeah.
so people won't know where we are or what brother is, and we're going from one place to it's a very familiar
Yeah.
trip.
Now, as you're traveling, who are the people you are traveling with?
Well, my family and friends. It's a lot of extended family
Yeah.
and close friends, a couple of girlfriends
Uh-huh. Good.
that I like to walk with,
And how do you feel
sing
about
songs with.
good? How do you feel about this traveling? Is it fun? Are you nervous? How do you feel?
No, this is fun. I always like this. Not
Uh,
everybody does, but
uh,
we're just moving around. It just feels free to me. It feels good.
yeah. Do you know where you're going?
And think just to the other place where we have quarters, I want to say,
Hmm.
and I don't. something like Lammas, or
Say
that's what
again?
I'm hearing. Although I've never heard that before, like Lama or Lammas.
Uh-huh. Is that the place?
I think that's what we're heading for. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Do you have
it's
a
not too far. It's several miles, but it's just fun walking along with everybody.
right? Did someone decide that you were going to move?
I think the adults, yeah. I don't know who
Mm-hmm.
right now. It seems to be something we do regularly.
Aha.
It's not. I don't know why that either. Why we move
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
from this place to that and then back?
Yeah.
It's there may be three or four places, and you may be going to A or C. Don't know till we
Mhm.
start out usually.
Okay, good. Well, anything else you notice while you're walking along with this troop?
Just that it's fun. We don't have to work.
Ah,
You
yeah.
know, we can talk and sing songs and make jokes. And
Yeah, yeah, good. All right. So let's walk a little further. Do we get to a destination?
yeah, it's not that far. It's miles, but it's not many. It's like half a day's walk.
Aha. And once you get to this new place, what happens?
People greet us. And apparently, there's people living there already. Us,
Yeah.
you know, our people, and they come out, and everybody's hugging,
Hmm.
and and they have prepared food because they knew we'd be hungry from walking, and so it's like a big party,
Hmm.
a
Yeah.
welcoming party. I
Right.
want to say banquet, right?
Hmm.
They've made a lot of food. They knew we were coming, and I mean, but I think then we settle in and we have to work. This
Uh,
is the happy times. None of the work is bad, but this is fun.
good.
Walking with all your friends and singing, and then getting here and the friends you haven't seen in probably several months
Yeah.
are waiting for you.
Yeah. So among your party, is there anybody who you notice more than others? Do you have a best friend or anything like that? Is there anybody you notice in particular?
So I have two girlfriends that I hang around with.
Do you know what their names are?
Hmm. What I'm just asking, what's your name? I know when been telling you it. Elise or Lisa or something like close to that.
Uh,
It's not a name I know in this life.
right. How about the other?
Marion?
Miriam? Okay, good.
Marion. Yeah, Marion.
Are they about your age?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
And I'm trying to figure out how old are we? I think we're about 15,
Mm-hmm.
which is also a fun age to be in. If I got this right, other groups,
Right.
girls are getting married off, like pushed into marriage at this age, but they don't push us,
You mean
which is
your
also nice.
you mean your group
Hmm?
doesn't push you?
I can't hear you.
Sorry, do you mean that your group in particular does not push women to get married?
Yeah, well, both the one place we left and the place where we are, we're all one big. It reminds me of my family in Scranton because I was Catholic and but they're spread out all over. I don't know most of them, but I couldn't go far without having a relative around.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the way this is. There are uh, a lot of relatives and friends. We all grew up together. And
Hmm. Yeah.
it's like, what was your question? I'm often
No, you answered my question. That was great.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
no problem.
So we're still having a good time, and we know we've got to get to work tomorrow, but that's okay. Even you can enjoy work if you played and walked,
Yeah, good.
sang and played games and all the things we're doing. It's,
What does the place look like?
mm, mm. Coming here, it was, I want to say, arid, very dry, and there were some bushes and trees, but they weren't very tall. But here, it's lush. I think there's the buildings where we live. There's several small, simple buildings, and there's we must grow a lot of our crops here. It must be that time that we start.
Right.
I don't know if we start planting and they're already planted, or we're here to harvest. I don't know yet.
Hmm.
But so there's must be harvesting because I said it's so lush. There's a lot of a lot of work to do here
Yeah.
to pick vegetables and dry some things and
Hmm.
uh, the fun work. We'll enjoy doing it.
Good. All right. So before we leave, before we go to the next scene, does anyone have a message? Or are we ready to go?
I guess I'm a little perplexed because I thought I was 12 before we do this, and I'm around 15 now. And I thought when my brother died, everything changed completely.
Hmm. How's
Like
your,
we all left, but maybe not. Maybe we're trying to get back to in some sort of pattern. We will leave,
yes.
but right now we're still recovering from. I mean, he died, but other things happened then too, and we're still trying to get back to normal, even though it's a couple of years later.
If Spirit chooses, we can go forward too. We'll be open. Let's just float on that cloud and go wherever you want, before or back, in this lifetime with the
I'm going back kind of quickly because I was looking when we were doing that for where's Dan and where's my father both.
Yeah.
Dad was my father. I couldn't find him. He had already left. And so now I'm quickly, when you said I'm kind of back in his shop.
Uh-huh.
He is a carpenter.
How old are you?
And, but more than that, he does other things too. With see with stone. I don't know what else that those
Mhm.
things are.
How old are you?
Will work for him. Pardon me?
How old are you?
Oh, 8 or 9 now.
Ah, so you're a bit younger. Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
So tell me more about the shop. Sounds like he works with other things, your father.
Sounds like what?
He works also with stone, your father?
Yeah, with stone and wood and other people. It's not like it's not a business like we have, but
Hmm.
it's his shop and it's fairly big and people love to work with him. So
Hmm.
there's always somebody there working with him, even though they don't have to.
Hmm. Good.
Um,
What
he's
else?
funny. He's entertaining. Go ahead.
What do you mean he's entertaining?
He just keeps people laughing with jokes and nice jokes, not ever mean. But
Hmm.
I would like to be like him, but I'm just not that quick.
You mean
But
you'd like to be making jokes like him?
yes.
Yeah, right.
To be as funny and witty and yet able to be serious at the same time and get things
Right, right. Good. So let's anything else happening in the shop?
I was think so. People there, people coming and going. It must. I'm not out working in the field or anything, but yeah. Maybe I only have to do it like half a day.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Good. All right.
oh no, it's like I just wanted to see him. There he is. Okay.
Just paying a visit.
Hmm?
You're just visiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said go back, it's like, oh yeah, go back and find my guys.
Sure. That's fine. Well, let's move around a little bit. Is there anything else to see? Should we leave the shop or is there more to see? No.
Well, there's this whole town here. Like there's people around.
Hmm. And are those people in part of the same group as you?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's I guess maybe I don't have to know, so I haven't. I'm trying to look at it maybe from an adult point of view, but I don't know who belongs, who's an insider, who's an outsider. We're all insiders.
Ah, good.
Who's we're in this town, but what about these other places we go and work sometimes?
Yeah.
There's things I just don't know about it yet, but I never cared except you're asking me about it. Oh, I don't know. I
So
don't know why we're here. I don't know why we go there.
good. So is Yeshua around or is he gone?
I'm looking to see. He's I don't know. He's he's here a lot, but then he's gone a lot too.
Right.
Um,
Well, we can ask
I think
somebody.
he's gone now. Hmm?
Yeah. We can just ask somebody like your father where Yeshua is.
Okay, what? Um,
He's
he's laughing because he knows. He knows. I know. He's not going to tell me. Uh,
oh.
she's not here. She's doing something. It's like he has. We all know he's pretty special, but he's also got things that he has to do that the rest of us don't.
Right.
So we sent off. It's like he sent off to school, maybe in Egypt or somewhere,
Ah. Yeah. Now,
and he'll go for several months, even a lot of months at a time. But then he'll be back when he's done.
how do you know that he is special?
I think he somehow it was like accidentally somebody found out he could just just by touching on something he could heal people.
Yeah.
And we try not to. We don't tell people that much because it could be dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
People would want him to be doing that all the time, and they'd want to
Yeah.
take him to the temple and put him to work
Yeah.
as a healer. And that's not what he's supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So he can heal people, but he can also I can go a long time without eating. He can stay awake a lot, do unusual things, but they all add up to something a little bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen him heal someone?
I didn't see him heal somebody, but I've seen people that he healed.
Aha.
who had like sores,
Yeah.
and then they were gone.
Did Yeshua ever tell you how he does it?
Here,
Sorry, did Yeshua ever tell you how? How does he heal people? Do you know?
I think he just kind of smiles. He knows I really want to do what he's doing,
Uh-huh.
and I can't quite do it.
Yeah.
Um, I was told of that in that little upside down thing I sent you today or yesterday. That John was telling me how I was like, I am always hanging around. I was trying wanting to do what they're doing, and I can't do it. And John is like, when he's telling me that, it's like he said, it's just not possible. And Yeshua knows that, but they humor me.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Do you know where does their power come from?
Well, I assume from God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does anyone know why they get it?
Why they get in and like I can't or we can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not telling me. There's
Oh,
something different.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There was some. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about it with us. But I just heard people say there was something when Yeshua and John were born.
Yeah.
You ask, well, how come he can do it and I can't? It's like we can't talk about that anymore. Go do this, go do that. You know,
All right. Right.
but they know.
Hmm.
They know where the you know we how'd you say it, where the power comes from.
Are they are
They
they
know.
are they ever able to teach people how to do it, or is it just born that way?
I think it's just him and to some extent John, but
Um,
just yeah, sure. He
mhm. Can John do it a little bit?
a little bit, but not even he can. And he himself is in awe of Joshua, who just
Hmm.
well, who likes being himself, you know, but he's not a show off about it. It's only done to help.
Yeah, good.
Well, I think maybe a few times it wasn't done to help. Some kid made him mad and he harmed him, but my mother made him go back and fix it.
How'd your mother make him do that?
How did she make him?
Yeah, what did she do? Did she scold him?
Yes, yes. She just said, no, you cannot use your power that way.
Hmm. Sounds like she's a good woman.
Well, I think so.
Mm.
I think she's great. But she stands up to people. Um,
Ah.
in this life, my husband told his grandmother raised him, and he said she could tell you to go to hell and you'd feel like you were going to paradise on a wonderful vacation. Well, I think my mother can do that. She's she's very tactful,
Uh,
but she still says what she means, you know.
yeah.
So,
Attack.
and yes, it would never disobey her. I mean, if she told him to fix it, he'd go fix it. No questions asked.
What is it about her that makes people listen?
I don't know. I wish I had that too.
Yeah.
But they do. And she's quiet. She has a very feminine voice, but she doesn't take crap from anybody, and she never has to. I mean, people really respect her.
Uh-huh. Good.
It's not a power thing with her. It's
Uh-huh.
it's well, it is a power thing. She has some power, but she's as good and kind and loving as she is
Uh-huh.
stern. But she's not stern much. It's just, I mean, my brother hurt somebody, harmed them,
Uh-huh.
and she made him correct that immediately.
Did she get angry?
Did she?
Did she get angry with Jesus?
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not. She wasn't shouting at him or anything. She just stopped him in his tracks and said, "No, you cannot do that. You must." I mean, might not be your exact words, but you must go fix fix it, heal him, and apologize now.
Right.
And he did.
Yeah.
I mean, already people are seeing that he has power. And oh
Mhm.
my gosh, I think for her, the last thing she wants is they see he has some dark power and can harm people. Like
Yeah.
he could curse people, and he probably could, but they don't let him do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. So, does Mary know that her son, does she know where his powers come from?
Only 10. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I never thought about that myself. Where do his powers come from?
Mm-hmm.
So I would not have asked her.
Uh-huh.
Like,
So,
I'm just a kid.
right.
Um,
Right.
but it's true in this case. And they're not going to tell me about things that I guess I want to say that perhaps outsiders could question me about, and I wouldn't understand what I was telling them.
Right. Right. Yeah, good. All right. So, anything else before we leave this scene? Anybody got a message?
This is my father. He's like, remember the light. Just always look for the light in people, and then you'll be able to joke like I do. But
Mm-hmm.
find the find the light.
Beautiful. Good. So let's move to another time in this life with the Essenes as Ruth.
And they were too quiet.
Uh-huh. Are you go ahead.
I think it's early in the morning, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not saying it a lot. It's like everybody's praying.
Uh-huh. Where are you?
I'm with them. Maybe we'll just come out and we're gonna eat. Uh, it's pretty morning, but it's unusually quiet.
Uh-huh. How old do you think you are?
Trouble here.
Sorry, how old do you think that you are?
Um, hmm, Not much different. A little bit older than when I just talked with you, and I was at my
Uh-huh.
father's shop. A
Mm-hmm.
year,
Mm-hmm.
a year and a half past that.
Good.
Seems like we lived in several places where when you hear the story, it's always someplace like Nazareth or Bethlehem, one of those places. But we move around.
Yeah.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't stay in one place.
Do you know which place you're in now?
maybe I said Nazareth. It might be that. It might be we're like, I mean, that would be like home, even though we moved,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that may be where we are right now. So home, where we have a house or home, not a big house, but
Right. Right. Good. What else is happening in Nazareth?
oh, my brother comes home,
Ah.
and he's been gone. Maybe since you last talked, maybe almost 2 years.
Do you know where
Long time.
do you know where he's been?
I don't think they're gonna tell me to just say
Uh-huh.
they say on a mission or on a
If if you
a
ask,
lot of words to avoid telling you anything
right, right.
if
Okay.
you're a kid.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, it also
but he was
it seems like they need to keep it secret.
oh yeah, yeah. That it's not really they're not keeping a secret from me, but I'll blab and not even talk.
Right.
And so they don't tell me things that
Yeah. Might be dangerous.
they might tell me a little bit and test me, like he was when I was talking with you that first time. But
Right.
yeah, they don't. They're careful what they tell me. And
Right.
I want to say he was in another country. He was learning about a different religion. Now this is really stuff you can't talk about here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Um, they
Well, I'm just going to let them know, and you know, I'm not going to tell anyone. So if you, whatever you can share that you think is okay to share now, is all we need. We don't need any
okay.
more.
Yeah, I don't know how much I know because I
Right.
went into.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was got a long time, and he's changed. I'm not sure how. Well, maybe he just got older.
But
But
just take a look at him though, and see if you can beyond the skin. You just sort of feel any change in him and see if he has changed.
yes, he has. It's like he went through. I want to say, can't think of the word. It's not ritual. It's like a testing of some sort.
Mm.
But it was a religion, but there was also testing of the knowledge and application. I can say these words, but I don't know what it means
Right.
exactly. But application of the knowledge,
Mm.
and so when I look at it, he's just stronger, firmer, more adult.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
How old?
Even though he was a lot older than me, I saw him as a kid like me. He's not a kid anymore.
Right.
I would be more like to call him dad than Yeshua,
Right.
the brother.
Mhm. Yeah. About how old do you think he is now, Yeshua?
In his late 20s, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay, good.
He's a lot older. I mean, he could be that. He's a lot older than me.
Right. Right. Good. Okay.
But he's back now, and he seems to be, I want to say, teaching adults something.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you know what he
Oh,
teaches?
this is like, you and I have gone back and forth here in time.
Yeah.
And back here, and then up when he's older, and like when I at 12, he's been gone a lot. So now like 10 or 11, and he's back.
Hmm.
He's glad to be back. He missed us.
Yeah.
I really missed, yeah. But now he's out a lot talking with people. He's not home so much.
Yeah. Hmm. Good.
He's
Hmm. Okay.
I'm laughing. I can feel myself. I looked at that other video and I thought, boy, Ruth really uses her hands. And as I'm talking, I'm like saying everything with, with my hands. I don't think Joan does that.
Right. Ah, that's an interesting observation. Yeah.
When I looked at that video, everything I said I had to demonstrate with my hands. And I might do it a little, but and I'm doing it again, you know?
Yeah,
You
good.
just can't say enough because she doesn't talk. Uh,
All right, good. So, does anyone want to tell us something before we go to another time? Jesus or anyone else?
I can't get the words exactly, but he's like saying that things will get a little more serious now.
Right.
But don't forget to always laugh and find the humor.
Wonderful.
Even when it's the most serious, is when you need to be able to laugh.
Ah, well, that's good advice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something you think about, but
No,
yeah,
it
he's
isn't.
right.
He's next level, isn't he? He's really smart and wise. Yeah.
Oh, he is. I don't know how to tell you this. It's like, I guess these days we have like, well, these days everybody looks like a movie star on TV. So he'd be a movie star even though he's not on TV.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
hmm?
Does he have any other advice for us? Laugh, especially when it's tough. Joke and be good humored. Anything else he would tell us?
For me, don't be telling people so much. That's specific to me, I think.
What do you mean? Don't tell people too much.
Don't tell them like some things are have to be kept
Secret.
secret. Yeah, like in the last time you and I were doing this, he was. I said, you know, I'm with a man with a beard, and he's looking at me like, very good, you didn't tell. Um, but also there was this carrying it over. It's, let's get this straight. Okay. That the thing that I sent you that was written upside down, it was somehow it was my task to hold on this to this for over 30 years and not tell.
Oh.
I really wanted to tell. I want to share this with somebody, and my task was to learn to not tell.
Why was that your task?
What?
Why did you have to keep quiet for 30 years?
I I think that was specific to me because um well, I was a teacher in this life. I want to tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
I don't. I talk too much, but I give away too much.
Yeah.
If that's things should be kept to yourself. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes you're giving away your own weaknesses and you don't even know it. And so that's an area where I'm weak in this life and I was weak in that life.
Right.
And there's another thing, I just mentioned, I'm thinking of it. When we were doing this same thing last week, it seemed like there was this life for me has so many echoes from that life.
Yeah. It's funny
You know,
how.
don't give away too much, and you grow up in it with a family where everybody's focused around religion, and people are kind of. I mean, we never had mean girls. I didn't even know what that meant. But people just really cared about each other,
Yeah.
and a couple of things like that. But when we were doing this, I was seeing again and again. Oh yeah, like during the thing, life seemed, when Yeshua died, life seemed to be divided between before he died and after he died. Like I had two lives now
Wow.
in one. But in this life here, I had the same thing. Somebody that I was close to.
Yeah.
It was life before Jimmy died, and after Jimmy died. And then when Joshua died, he was coming back talking to people. Well, that's really how I know Dan. After he died, he came back and was talking to me so much in this life. Just saying that there
Oh,
were so many echoes,
yeah, there sure are, aren't there?
so many things the same. And I don't know if that's true for everybody or, I just don't know. But it kind of struck me that, oh, so many things similar here
Yeah. Joan, it's true for everybody.
all the time. Our lives kind of have echoes of each.
Absolutely, Joan. Absolutely.
Hmm?
100% yes.
Oh,
That's
okay. I really didn't know that until we did
yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's funny. It's amazing, isn't that how it works?
Well, it was almost everything I was saying. I said, oh, well, it was like in this life. It was like this in this life. I was Irish Catholic. It was like this. It's like, Joan, stop it. This
Yeah.
things echo.
We're at a new place and time for Ruth and the Essenes. Where are you now?
I'm directing this a little bit now. I mean, not a lot, but when you were saying, I was thinking like, okay, where do I want to go? I'm not going to be doing this again. What do I want to know? I said last week I went forward a lot, but it was, but Yeshua was gone. Never saw him again, except he, he there were all these stories about how he appeared to all these people, uh, not a little while after he died. But then he came to me
Oh, yeah.
too, just saying, everything's fine, and you don't have to worry. He's telling me more than that, though.
So when you say he came to you, is this after he died or before?
Yes, yes. Uh,
Okay.
After he died, and he kept hearing stories about, was appearing to people, and everybody had a different story. Everybody didn't know one.
Yeah.
And I didn't even, I was like, yeah, I don't want to hear that. But then in a very loving way, he came to me also and just let me know that kind of like in this life that when he came to me, it's like everything is good.
Hmm.
Oh, this was a lot that happened, but it had to happen.
Yeah. Can you say more
And
about that? Yeah, it had to happen.
yeah, well, I mean, I did sort of like, and he said, I know he told me more, but he told me things that I don't understand.
Um,
Oh, that he had to, there really is something about overcoming death.
right.
I mean, I don't know why I think better was that unless we had such a firm belief in death that nobody ever came back. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there because like I said, Dan came to me. I mean, he came to me so much. And I can't do this. I give people authority for talking like this. Um,
Yeah.
but Jesus came back and was talking. That was a big deal. I'm not sure why that term. And it was sort of a big deal to me
Yeah, sure.
because I could see all these stories weren't just stories, and I didn't quite understand it. But okay, we really do exist after we leave our bodies,
Mm.
and he's proven it to me. He's talking to me right here.
Yeah, yeah. Where do they go after they die?
Well, in that upside down thing, I said, I, John was saying, said my cousin told me about this place named Heaven, called Heaven, so I don't mind if I'm going to die. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So just listening to John, it sounded like this was something he learned for the first time
Mm-hmm.
from his, from Yeshua.
Mm-hmm.
So there must have been some. uh, we kind of take it for granted now. Well, some way we believe that there is life after death, but
Right.
most people don't. I mean, the people I work with, they're scared. They're always so terrified of dying,
Yeah.
and like there's nothing to be scared of. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. He
So,
how I mean, I don't know that people didn't know this before, but maybe they did. So for some way, something new in the way he conveyed it. But
right.
I'm not saying this very clearly because it's like in my own life here, I've had when I work with ghosts, people get really upset, angry on
Yeah.
the psych unit, and I thought they'd be excited that we could help people. But,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
mm. So something about this life and death, the difference that it was important for him to do, and he and John Doe said that they let me following them, but I really couldn't do what Yeshua did. And so I felt like he was in some way a hybrid, ET
Yeah.
and human.
He had other worldly powers, didn't he?
Yeah, I know he did. Yes. I mean, he tried to, he didn't, well, he did use them because he loved to use them. He loved to help people. But still, then he tried not to do it too much because that wasn't the whole purpose.
Right.
The purpose seemed to be something more to do with his literally dying and leaving his body and then coming to as many people as could see him, as were not too afraid to see him.
Right. Were some people unable to see him after he died?
But I never asked because I was hearing from other people who did see him.
Right. Right.
But I think so. I
Okay.
mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it wasn't a competition to see him or anything.
Right.
But when people did see him, they were just like, oh, he talked to me, and it was really him. And that
Wow.
was the feeling
Yeah.
that this was really shocking.
Right. And were they changed once this happened? How did they change? The people that saw him.
People
Yeah.
just sort of said a little lighter and happier,
Mm-hmm.
not so. You pay taxes and then you die. Sometimes people's attitude it
Right.
became much more joyful.